Hello and welcome to Event 2, Tournament 4 of Marble League Online. We're going to have team-based racing today. It's going to be 2v2 races. First heat's going to be 6 races. Second heat will be 3 races. And our final will have 3 teams racing for the top 3 spots. Right now we got Non-Stars in first. And we're going to get into our preliminary race to see who races who. And they're off. So like Colorado's, Phoenix, way out in the lead right now. Everyone bunching up in the back. Looks like Phoenix actually got stuck back there. Team Sauce out in the lead right now with Gruesome Twosome. They all take the tunnel. Sauce out in the lead. Twosome, Baker's Dozen. Getting out there. Now the Gruesome Twosome way out in the lead. Moonbeam trying to catch back up. Looks like they're going to get past though. It's going to be Gruesome Twosome versus the real ones. And then Moonbeam versus Team Sauce. Glob Droppers versus the Baker's Dozen. And we're going to do our second part of our preliminary race. Looks like these are all the people that DNF'd. Looks like we got Sunflowers and Colorado's in the back. No, Colorado's catch up and actually get in the lead. Looks like they took the tunnel there. The McDonald Farms and Monstars take the second tunnel. They get ahead of Colorado's. Looks like Monstars and McDonald Farms, but no, Colorado passes up Monstars to race against McDonald Farms. And then it's going to be Monstars versus, looks like Risky Biscuits will get just ahead of Sunflowers, who will face off with Phoenix. It's going to be Monstars versus Risky Biscuits. Monstars took away the first place spot from Risky Biscuits last event. But first, it's the Gruesome Twosome versus the real ones, and they're off. Looks like the real ones cut ahead of Gruesome Twosome right at corner 1. Getting out of corner 2 really slow. Looks like Gruesome Twosome out in the lead right now. The real ones going into the tunnel though, getting ahead of the Gruesome Twosome, getting a big lead on them right now. Can the Gruesome Twosome catch back up? No, they DNF. They're going to have to get ahead of the real ones right here to be able to get enough points, but they don't. The real ones get just ahead of them, and they'll take some big points over the Gruesome Twosome right off the bat in the first race of Event 2. You see the real ones have 7 points over the Gruesome Twosome. Right here's where Gruesome Twosome kind of lost it and let the real ones get ahead to get that many more points above them. 7-2 is going to be a hard point difference to get over. Can the Gruesome Twosome do it in round 2? He's going to have to get first and second place spot with the Gruesome Twosome losing a marble as well to be able to at least tie up the game and go into a sudden death round. Right now they're in the lead. One of the real ones are out. And that's all they need. They need to at least finish here. Oh, and the other real ones are out as well. The Gruesome Twosome just need to finish both their marbles, and they will have the win. The real ones could not keep it real this race. You can see here the real ones getting around corner 2 pretty well, actually. They lost it right there. The Gruesome Twosome jumped over the edge and onto the second railing down at the bottom, still able to stay on the track and getting ahead. Is that even legal? I guess it is. They're going to keep it legal and say it's good. Wow, into the funnel they went, and they will take it, and they will advance into the semifinals. Now it's Sauce versus Team Moonbeam. Moonbeam and Sauce battling around corner 2. Sauce able to get ahead. Moonbeam falling back. It's a split-up game right now. Can they keep it? Sauce goes into both tunnels. Both Team Sauce pass Moonbeam to get in the lead. Can they hold on to it? Sauce getting up front, but Moonbeam cuts between them to get ahead of the lead right now, and they're going to make them tie at 5-5 if Moonbeam passes, and she does. Good race against Moonbeam and Team Sauce. Moonbeam is Team Sauce's daughter, coached by Luna. It's a rivalry if there ever was one. And right now they're tied up. They're going to have to do as best they can in race 2 after this. See the Pillars helping out Team Moonbeam really well there, giving Team Sauce the run for their money. And we'll get into race 2, and they're off. So Moonbeam has a nice lead over Team Sauce. Going into corner 2, though, can they get around it nicely? We'll give an opportunity to Team Sauce. But Moonbeam still takes it. They even take the tunnel for good measure. Team Sauce cannot catch up. Moonbeam has a big lead. Coming down to the Pillars, if they slow down enough, maybe give Team Sauce enough room to catch up, and they almost do, but it's not enough. And Moonbeam will advance, taking the points. You see here, corner 2, Sauce almost had a chance to keep it up and get back in the lead, but he gets almost stuck there. And coming out of it, giving Moonbeam the win. And now we have the Baker's Dozen versus the Glob Droppers going into corner 2. Right now they're battling it out, but it looks like both of the one Glob Dropper and both of the Baker's Dozen get stuck. All Glob Droppers needs to do here is finish, and they'll start off this event with some nice points over the Baker's Dozen. Slowly going through the Pillars, only hitting a few, coming down to the finish line. Nice. The Glob Droppers will take the 4 points right off the first race to nothing on the Baker's dozen. You can see this battle right here. Ooh, a lot of connection, a lot of fighting. It looks like the Baker's dozen were a little too aggressive. Got them that DNF. We have another race now. Can Baker's dozen have a better race this time and still come out on top to get into the semifinals? Ooh, they're battling it out again. It looks like Glob Droppers were able to hold them back and make them DNF again. It was a grudge match in round 2, and they paid for it. Now it looks like the Glob Droppers, even if they don't finish, are going to advance into the finals, and they get clean through the pillars. That is the cleanest move through the pillars I've seen this event. And you can see here where they battle it out. McDonald Farms holds them back. It looks like Baker's dozen is trying to come back down for another attack, but it didn't help him. And now we have the Colorados versus McDonald Farms. McDonald Farms out in the lead, Colorados in the middle. Colorados get around corner 2 really badly. Even one of them DNFs gets stuck. McDonald Farms has first and second spot, getting slow around that second tunnel though. Giving room for Colorado to get up there. Now Colorado needs to be able to pass here to be able to get some good points, but they hit the beams. They hit the pillars, letting McDonald Farms get past them as well, and it will not help them coming into round 2 of this first heat. McDonald Farms will now have 7 to the Colorados 2. It's a 5-point difference. It's going to be a lot of catching up for the Colorados. After that, you can see they go into corner 1 real bad. And right here, Colorados had a chance to get first place and only be down by a point, but they run straight into that first pillar. Look, McDonald Farms was up for an attack, but they missed and decided to keep going to get ahead and make sure they got those nice points over Colorado before they get into this second heat of Heat 1. Looks like Colorados are being aggressive here, going into first of corner 2. They could push back again. Almost the same thing happened, but they're able to get out of it this time. McDonald Farms have a nice lead over both Team Colorado. It's not looking good for them. McDonald Farms even take the tunnel to get a nicer lead. Colorado's coming in late. McDonald Farms here trying to get a good lead on them, and they do, getting through the pillars easily, slowing the Colorados down too much, and that will get them eliminated in their first heat of the second event. Not looking good for the Colorados. Right here you can see where they made their fatal mistake, trying to mess with McDonald Farms, the veterans, going around corner 2, but they knew what to do, and Colorados got left in the dust, especially through the pillars. They've been getting good, more patience going through the veterans, while the rookies are trying to get through too fast, and it only makes them hit the pillars even more. And that will get them eliminated this time. They'll have to race for 7th through 12th later on after another 2 heats. Okay. And up next we got Risky Biscuits versus the Monstars. Monstars out in the lead right now, going into corner 2. Risky Biscuits pushes them back. Looks like they both get stuck though over that fight. Now only 1 marble per team for the Risky Biscuits and Monstars. Monstars take the tunnel, get a nice lead over Risky Biscuits before they get into the funnel, but they couldn't get out of it before the Risky Biscuits go straight through. Monstars trying to catch up, but they hit too many of the pillars, giving Risky Biscuits 4 points to the Monstars 3. Let's take another look at the beginning of this race to see where they made their mistakes. The Risky Biscuits gave a little too much oomph on trying to push the Monstars back, and it made them also get stuck. The Monstars right here almost cut through the tunnel, almost taking first place at the end, but they couldn't get out of the funnel afterwards. With Risky Biscuits coming out first somehow, taking the lead and taking the win that round. They're going to race one more time. See if the Risky Biscuits or the Monstars can't take it this time. Will the Monstars upset the Risky Biscuits again, just like in Event 1? Right now it's pretty split up, but the Risky Biscuits now have the lead with both their marbles looking good, but both the Monstars take the tunnel and catch up to the Risky Biscuits. But Risky Biscuits gets out of the tunnel real fast, coming down to the pillars way ahead of Monstars, and Monstars even loses a marble, and that'll be enough for the Risky Biscuits to advance to the semifinals. See right here, Monstars keeping it up really well, almost giving them a chance to stay in this race. But they can't get out of that funnel quick enough, and one gets out too quick even, and gets DNF'd. Good job on the Risky Biscuits. And up next, we're going to have the Sunflowers versus the Phoenix. Let's see our last race in our first heat. Who's going to go into the semifinals? It looks like Phoenix going back real slow after corner 2, but they catch back up. Sunflowers currently in the lead. It's a split-up game. But Sunflowers taking both of Phoenix's to get stuck in the second tunnel, giving Sunflowers 7 points if they both finish and Phoenix none. What happened there? You can see here how Phoenix and Sunflowers hit him way back, made him come out of corner 2 very slow. And right here you see Sunflowers going into tunnel 2, and it looks like Phoenix tried to go in there as well, but both of them got stuck when the teammate tried to come up behind, and they were done for in that race. Right now Phoenix going into corner 2 quite well this time, immediately going around, as well as the Sunflowers. Sunflowers able to catch up though. Phoenix has a nice lead. They're going to need to get first and second place with both the Sunflowers DNFing to just at least tie it up. But I don't think it'll be enough. No, the Sunflowers even catch back up to Phoenix. And Phoenix holds them back for now. It'll give them at least 5 points. They will finish with at least some points this race, but it will not be enough to take them to the semifinals. And then after this, we're going to have a race for 7th through 12th place with all the losers from the first heat. And you see, oh yeah, Phoenix had a really nice battle for the spot up front. It's good practice, but it didn't get him anywhere. And right now, 7th through 12th. Stay Sauce in front. Monstars in second, with Baker's Dozen in third, going around the corner. Looks like we got, Colorado's come out of nowhere, taking the corner really nice to get ahead with Phoenix. Baker's Dozen take the outside. Colorado's take the tunnel as well as Sauce and Phoenix. Phoenix taking the lead. Baker's Dozen try to get up if Colorado says no and knocks him off the back. As well as Phoenix and Sauce will take 8th. Colorado's will take 7th. Wow, what a nice race. Let's look at that again from slow-mo from the beginning. You can see down here at the bottom where the Colorados come in there in 4th, but they go around this corner so well to get ahead of just about everyone right there before they get into Tunnel 2 and come down to the straightaway. You can see Phoenix trying to catch up, but they hit the screw and go back towards the pillar. And right there, Baker's Dozen tried to cut him off, but Colorado's knocked him out of the way, and they almost had first in this heat to get 7th place. Now they drop back to 12th place. And we're going to take a look here with our Gorilla friend at our current 7th through 12th positions. Colorado in 7th, Sauce in 8th, Monstars in 9th, Phoenix in 10th, and the real ones in 11th, and Baker's Dozen will take last in this second event. Now, on to the semifinals. We're going to start off with Moonbeam versus Gruesome Twosome. Gruesome Twosome and Moonbeam pretty split up going into corner 2 right now. They both take it quite well, but Gruesome Twosome immediately gets stuck going around corner 2. They need to get a nice placement here. They need to stay ahead of Moonbeam to get some nice points when they get into Heat 2 at least. Can they keep it up? Looks like they do, but they're slowing down. Moonbeam might be able to catch it up, and they don't. Gruesome Twosome is able to hold them back. And that'll make this game 4-3. 4-5, excuse me. Gruesome Twosome 1 point behind Moonbeam. Even with losing a marble, still keeping it close. Good job on Gruesome Twosome, man. Moonbeam's keeping it up, staying alive. They have a good chance of winning it still. They can just keep it up, stick to the teamwork, and stay together through these races. Right now, Gruesome Twosome, but Moonbeam loses a marble immediately. Just as I say, they need to keep up, stick together as to do some teamwork. One of them goes flying off before they even get to corner 1. Now Gruesome Twosome has a nice lead. Ooh, but Gruesome Twosome gets another marble stuck. Right now, at least Gruesome Twosome has to win it to be able to at least make it a tie and go to a sudden death round, and they do. And that'll tie this game up, and we're going to have a sudden death round. It's a quite special round after this, but right now we're going to take a slow motion replay to see what exactly happened to Moonbeam before they even got to corner 1. Ooh, going real high, bouncing off their teammate, everyone trying to squeeze in there. That's how Moonbeam lost it. And then Gruesome Twosome trying to go into Tunnel 2, and they will lose it, trying to be too aggressive. And that'll put us in that sudden death round because of it. Right now you have this Moonbeam and Gruesome Twosome plus 4 other tiny marbles just to interfere with them in this sudden death round. One of them is tiny and white. You can see there with Gruesome Twosome in the lead right now. Going into the tunnel, but they use the tunnel again for the 3rd race. The 2nd race in a row, the tunnel will defeat them. And all Moonbeam has to do is finish. It's only tiny marbles up in the front right now, but there's Moonbeam catching up in the back. Tiny marbles finishing before everyone else. Moonbeam just needs to finish, and she will advance to the finals. And she does. Gruesome Twosome is out. You can see here where all the tiny marbles are actually messing with Moonbeam in the back, trying to hold them back. Gruesome Twosome had a great lead. They just had to keep it nice going through, and they would have won it, but they tried to go for the tunnel, and it defeated them yet again. Up next, we got the Glob Droppers versus McDonald Farms. Looks like McDonald Farms and Glob Droppers are currently both in the lead right now. McDonald Farms get pushed back. Now they're in the lead. Glob Droppers in 2nd. McDonald Farms moving ahead, but both Glob Droppers go around corner 3 quite well, getting a big lead on them, going into the funnel. McDonald Farms slowly right behind, but McDonald Farms comes out of nowhere, gets ahead of both the Glob Droppers. McDonald Farms will be in 1st. Glob Droppers will take 2nd and 3rd. McDonald Farms may finish. Yes, there they are, and then we'll tie this up at 5-5 in our 1st race before their 2nd race. It's going to be a tight battle. Have some good races after this if they want to win. Glob Droppers sticking together really well. What a great veteran team, making some good moves. But once they went into the funnel, it all kind of fell apart. McDonald Farms split them up. Able to get ahead, pushed them into the pillar, going around. A little bit of bump there, but they're able to stay ahead. And McDonald Farms will maintain this race and keep it a close one. Let's get into the 2nd one. And they're off. Glob Droppers look like they're out front right now. That's McDonald Farms going around the corner 2 first. It's a tight battle. McDonald Farms, Glob Droppers, McDonald Farms. Going into it. Glob Droppers gets ahead. They switch positions. Glob Droppers keep this position they're currently at. They will win it. They'll get 1 more point over McDonald Farms. Okay, McDonald Farms, they can't do it. And coming down here, McDonald Farms almost lost another position, but they were able to hold Globdroppers back. But it won't be enough to get them to win. The Globdroppers will win by 2 points, 11-9. Right there, you can see McDonald Farms push their teammate into the tunnel to try and keep it alive. But it wasn't enough, and they have a nice battle right there. Globdroppers almost passed. It wouldn't have mattered if they did. They still would have lost. Good race, good practice. Up next, we got Risky Biscuits versus the Sunflowers. Risky Biscuits are the veterans here, but Sunflowers hit them a couple times to keep them back there, and they currently have the lead. Risky Biscuits trying to take up. What happened there? Looked like Risky Biscuits was going to take the tunnel, and Sunflower came out of nowhere. When they both lost a marble, both their marbles into the tunnels, and they both lost one. Risky Biscuits trying to hold the lead, and they're trying to hold back Sunflowers, and they barely do. Sunflowers almost took it from them. Risky Biscuits saw it coming, though, and blocked them off. They both go around corner 1 quite nice. And around here in corner 2, Risky Biscuits is trying to go in nicely, but Sunflowers come in aggressively and hit them backwards. Good move by them. And they go into almost all of them go into the tunnel right here. Risky Biscuits decided to go out, I guess. Right here, what happened? Looks like Risky Biscuits is about to go in the tunnel. All of a sudden, they just immediately switch places, which will fake out Sunflower to go off the ledge. And the other team, Risky Biscuits, will be right behind, going off the ledge right there as well. And we're on to race 2. Risky Biscuits currently have the lead going into corner 1. Sunflowers right behind, trying to catch back up. Not too much of a gap, and they do. Sunflowers do a great job catching back up. And they take the tunnel. Right now, it's neck and neck. It's going to be a tie game if they go down. There's enough points for Risky Biscuits. But Risky Biscuits gets ahead, goes through the pillars beautifully, slows the Sunflowers down. And that'll be a win for the Risky Biscuits to go into the finals, as well as Moonbeam and Globdroppers. After this, we will have the finals. Take slow motion replay to see how these people got there. Sunflowers made it a run for their money, but right here, the Risky Biscuits were able to go beautifully through these pillars, only hitting one, nicking off another one to maintain speed. Sunflowers could not handle. But before we go into the semifinals, we're going to race everyone that lost in the semifinals for 4th, 5th, and 6th place. Right now we got McDonald Farms up ahead. Gruesome Twosome goes over the ledge to gain the lead over McDonald Farms. And it'll be a nice lead at that before they go into the funnel. But McDonald Farms is able to get ahead of the Gruesome Twosome even after they jump over the ledge. Even the Sunflowers get ahead as well, but Gruesome Twosome take it back after the Sunflowers hit the pillar a little too hard. Bounce backwards. McDonald Farms will take 3rd. Gruesome Twosome will take 4th. Sunflowers will take 5th. Look at this move right there by Gruesome Twosome. Going over the ledge. They did the same thing up against Moonbeam a few races ago, and it got them the win, but this time it will not help them against McDonald Farms and that farm strength of theirs. Almost fell off the track right there, but into the funnel. Gruesome Twosome must have been playing around a little bit too long, giving McDonald Farms that win. And now we're in the semifinals with Moonbeam, Globdroppers, and Risky Biscuits all racing at the same time with 2 marbles. Going into corner 2. Looks like everyone goes through. All the teams sticking together here quite uniformly after they get into race 3. But Globdroppers able to pass Moonbeam coming up. Going through the tunnel, Risky Biscuits lost one, is able to get back up ahead though. But he's in last of all the marbles. Moonbeam up ahead. Globdroppers even able to pass Risky Biscuits there for a second. Moonbeam also losing a marble. And that'll be great for the Globdroppers to have a nice few points up above the rest of the team, just staying on the track. Looks like you see there, Moonbeam almost got stuck, but Risky Biscuits hit him into the tunnel and they got stuck, which made them lose some points. Ooh, Risky Biscuits goes flying off the track immediately again. It's quite a hectic beginning of the race. Moonbeam will be out in the lead. Risky Biscuits catching up right now in 2nd. Dodges the tunnel. Holding back Globdroppers, but Globdroppers pass Risky Biscuits. Moonbeam holding on to the lead. Whereas the Globdroppers do need to pass Moonbeam here, and they do just to be able to get the win, and they might get it. Risky Biscuits may need to get back up there, but they can't. Globdroppers do need to finish their last marble. Here they come. Yes, they do. If Globdroppers had lost that marble, they may have lost this race. And Globdroppers get the win in the final race. Moonbeam will take 2nd. Risky Biscuits will take 3rd. Right there you see how Risky Biscuit lost all hope just before corner 1, losing that marble. Moonbeam and Globdroppers able to stay ahead and on the track, unlike Risky Biscuits. Coming down here you see how Moonbeam takes the first tunnel. Risky Biscuits goes around. Globdroppers also take the tunnel and go around. They split it up, and right down here you can see Moonbeam has the lead, but hits that pillar, giving room for Globdroppers to get ahead. If that didn't happen, the Moonbeam would have won this race, but Globdroppers took a smooth ride straight through the pillars and earned themselves a gold trophy. Let's take a look at this event's finals. Globdroppers will take 1st, adding 25 points to their total. Moonbeam in 2nd, Risky Biscuits in 3rd. McDonald Farms in 4th, Gruesome Twosome in 5th. We'll take a look at our overall stats after this. And right now we got Risky Biscuits in 1st with 35 points, Monstars in 2nd with 30. Globdropper's right behind in third with only 29. Bruce and Twosome only 5 points behind them at 24 points. And it's a three-way tie for 6th place between McDonald Farms, Colorolo, and the Sunflowers. Thank you for watching, everyone, and don't forget to subscribe. Stay updated on these marble races.